Well, we're back.
Yo.
Hello.
How do we?
I don't know.
Hi.
How do
We
we used to
haven't
do
done
this?
this in so long that I don't know how to
I don't know,
start
it's
it.
been a while.
Hello,
It's been
everybody.
months.
This is a podcast. These are the people on the podcast.
Surprise!
We're not dead.
We're not.
We're alive.
We're alive, man.
Oh my god, it's been so long.
So I'm Ash.
Way
Hello.
too long.
Oh,
We
I'm
should do
Danielle.
introductions.
Hi.
I'm Becca.
And I am Juan.
Like, are you alive or did you die?
You fucked up on the first hurdle.
Were you like waiting for dramatic effect or did you just forget?
Yeah, I was waiting until you all went first.
We did! We all said our names!
So that's a good thing to start off with. Juan is the latest group admin. We haven't really
Oh, did that
said
happen?
anywhere, but yes, it happened.
Well done, dude.
You
Congratulations.
missed that.
I
That was a couple of weeks ago.
I was pretty drunk during that conversation, Bex.
Touche.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was.
I was really quite wasted during that whole chat about how we should bring the podcast and the game night back and everything.
Yeah, I remember now.
And I really held it together at the
Playing
end.
games and You were drunk.
I was quite drunk.
Was that? Did we play GTA that day, or was that when Borderlands didn't work?
Yeah,
That was
Borderlands didn't work, and
GTA.
we played GTA,
Yeah,
and you
and then we
guys
moved over,
both
yeah.
sat in the roller coaster together.
Oh, we passed like hookers.
We became one. I missed the entire first half of this conversation because my mom opened the door and had to mute my mic. So, no idea what's going on right now.
We talked about Juan becoming an admin.
Oh,
That is a thing now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fold. Woo!
I'm clapping
Oh,
for you.
I'll probably regret this later.
Okay, so we've been away for a while,
A little bit.
but we've decided to come back.
We have. We
That's
have.
pretty nice.
Again.
Yeah. Again. This
More
is my first time
again.
coming back. I wasn't involved in any of the other comings backs.
You were? What? How are you? What?
It's been a long time. I can't even remember.
What do you?
I'm
a
sorry,
podcast?
I wasn't around for the first lot of podcasts. That then
Okay.
when you guys went
The
away and then
first
came back,
group of
I
podcasts.
was the dude that edited them on the return.
Yeah, but you were on them.
No,
Yeah.
it was before that.
Yeah, but that was me coming in, and then we went away for a bit, and now this is my first time coming back.
Oh. So you're just a newbie to the whole let's
Returning
disappoint
thing.
the entire group and then come back and then disappear and disappoint the group and then come back thing again.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, alright.
I'm taking new steps in that direction.
I'm feeling you.
I feel you.
I got you.
So quite a lot's happened in the past few months.
Well, let's start with, for those who have joined the group since we've last recorded a podcast and probably who have never listened to us in a podcast before, someone's doing something with a can.
Yeah.
I may or may not be drinking during this podcast. I'm gonna drink at least one, but possibly no more than 4 beers.
You're drinking at least one. Ah.
Bex.
I am
Um,
drinking Bex. You are well, you're not.
me.
You're cheap, is what you are, Bex.
Back on track. So, I think the group, since the last time we made a podcast, has grown about, like, a decent amount of
bit.
people.
Woo!
Like,
Yeah.
I want to say, like, 500 or so?
Yeah, give or
Nice.
take.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's been a good little while since we've recorded again. We
So,
last recorded in March.
it's...
I
I don't even know. It was way before RTX, I can
That's
tell you
6
that.
months ago. That's, oh my god, that's awful.
But, so I'm assuming there's a lot of people who have no idea that we even did a podcast before. So,
Yeah.
hello. Maybe you're listening to
Surprise.
this. Maybe I'm
Hello,
talking
new
to
people.
nobody. But hola.
Hi.
Mi chiamo Danielle.
You're looking very nice today. Well done for choosing to listen to this.
So, You joined the group. I don't know why you joined the group. We haven't done shit, and I can't even tell you how long. But welcome.
We're gonna fix that. We're gonna do stuff again.
We're working on it. We're working on
Yeah.
game nights and more podcasts and
We're just trying to work
group
a schedule for everyone
activities.
because people have school and people have work, and it can be quite hard to find time. But we're gonna do our best.
And we all live in
working on
different time zones as well, which makes it even more
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
Well, that's what we could say. I don't know, because then people aren't going to know who the hell we are. I'm from New York. Becca's from Scotland. Ash is from like the London, England area. And Juan is from Texas.
You.
And then we have the other admins of the group who are all from different places as well. So
Yeah, you'll meet them in other podcasts, maybe.
maybe.
They can be bothered.
If Kyle can get any sort of internet to work at this point, and
Yeah, everything is breaking for him at the moment. It's driving me crazy.
and if Nick decides that he can be bothered with stuff,
Yeah.
and if Jason doesn't raid
Jason
or
doesn't sleep.
do whatever Jason actually does with his life, you'll meet them.
Yeah. Anyway.
But hi.
So,
Thanks for maybe
since
listening.
the last time we were doing stuff, you guys all went to RTX.
We
Yeah,
did.
We did.
We
I didn't go
did.
to RTX. I was
You
not there.
did it.
But
Next
you guys
Next
were all
year.
there.
Next
So,
year.
why don't you talk about how awesome it was?
Oh my
It
god.
was awesome.
Absolutely amazing. Like, an
Austin
experience that I...
great.
Oh god, it was so good.
I fell in love with Austin.
I think, I don't know. It was something that was, like, in the works of happening for how long that none of us actually believed would happen.
I know. We started planning it after RTX last year. We're like, I want to go to this next year. And then it actually happened, and I was like, wow.
It wasn't real to me until the second that I picked Becca up at the airport, and I was like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
I managed to fly on my own. I can't believe I did that.
Because, like,
It's crazy, but
How long was your flight,
yeah.
Bex?
I want to say it was like 12 hours, maybe.
I'd
don't
love
know.
that. I love long flights.
But yeah, I was really gross when I got off the plane, and I met Dani. I gave her a hug. And the first thing she does is take a selfie.
me and
with
I
me.
took a
I'm like,
picture
oh,
of Becca and I posted it everywhere, and I was like,
It's still on the
Benella's
archive site, and I was
alive.
like,
And
I
then,
just got off a long flight, and she's like, selfie.
so then we drove home, back to my house.
Yep.
About maybe, I'm being nice
20
here,
minutes?
about maybe 20 minutes after the girl gets in my house and puts her stuff down in my room. I'm sitting on my bed, she's sitting on my floor, and I just hear,
Oh god.
I hear, over her, I'm like, what? I hear, I'm like, the fuck are you doing? She's like, I think I'm gonna throw up. So I'm like, go in the bathroom.
Within like 20 minutes of being in Danielle's house, I threw up in her bathroom and then immediately told people on the tape.
So she's in the
2
bathroom
minutes after.
doing whatever. She threw up, and then she's in the bathroom on kick telling people that she threw up. I'm in my room reading the message, hearing her throw up in the bathroom, and just laughing hysterically.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like from most of my trip, I was dying. Like I think it was the plane food. I must have got like
This-
food poisoning or something.
She's so
I
dumb.
could
She
not eat
ate
for, like, a
curry
week
on
and
a
half.
plane. She ate plain curry. Who does
I
that?
was hungry and it was there.
Dude, I'd eat on a plane. I'd eat anything on a plane.
You'd eat
Bring it on.
curry from a
Yeah.
plane?
I'd eat anything they gave me.
Absolutely not.
No way.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna eat plain food anymore. Kyle won't let me eat plain food anymore.
She was
'Cause,
pretty
like,
much dying for that whole
I
trip.
like, the first night I went to my bed. Like I couldn't. You guys all went.
I
out
feel like
to
we
food, I
should
just stayed in my
work
bed.
up to what happened.
Yeah.
So that was the first night of Becca being here. Then she was in a coma for about. She literally slept
I
for like
s-
14
I slept-
hours.
Yeah.
It was really
It was
long.
great.
Then we explored my neighborhood. We went to Raytown, which
Mhm, we did.
Ray
Yeah.
Narvaez Jr., you know, Ray from RoosterTeeth. He's from Selden, New York, which is literally about 15 minutes from me. So we took a trip over there.
We saw the Taco Bell there, and I turned to Danielle and said, "I have never felt so close to Ray before."
We visited a TJ Maxx, which is
Oh,
what
shit.
Becca works in Scotland.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then
Danielle bought me Taco Bell.
I bought Becca Taco Bell. I broke her Taco Bell
and it
cherry.
was amazing, and I fell in love with Baja
She ate her
Blast.
chicken thing and then the rest of my food.
Isn't Taco Bell the one that, like, after you eat it, you have to spend half an hour on the toilet?
That's not
No.
true.
That's my understanding
Isn't
from,
that-
like,
isn't
all
that
of American
Chipotle?
culture.
It's not true.
Yeah, I think that's Chipotle.
Oh, is it Chipotle? Sorry. There was
You
one of
reckon I
them.
poop after I eat Chipotle?
One of them that all the students go to that basically you shouldn't go to.
Kyle hates Taco Bell. You might have heard that.
Taco
from
Bell
him.
is love.
It's so
It's
great.
life.
Baja Blast is love.
I don't know. So was it the day after that we had to go pick up Jason?
I think so. So we were in the city for the day.
So we went into Manhattan and we explored that. And then waiting for Jason. My phone's about to die. Becca's phone's useless.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Jason's train is like an hour late. No idea how to
Yeah.
contact him. Like,
We were with Daniel's brother and his girlfriend, and they left to get the train for us. So we're like, okay, we'll wait. Daniel's phone's dying. I can't use my phone because I'm obviously in a different country, and we're just like, we're fucked. like what do we do? And then we had to find Jason, and he's like, I'm near Dunkin' Donuts. There were like 5 fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
so me and Becca are running around looking like idiots. He's like, I'm by Dunkin'
And he's
Donuts
like,
with a
"There's
stairs.
stairs."
So there's literally next to every staircase in that train
It's a Dunkin'
station was a
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. And we could not find him. We went up, we went down, we asked the security guard, like we did everything that we could have possibly
Oh my
done.
God.
Then we ended up just randomly bumping into him. Like it wasn't even. So that was that.
fun.
Then Jason proceeded to like ignore us until we got to Texas because like
Yeah.
he sat on the couch and just went on his laptop.
We would binge watch all like the live programs on MTV, and he would just sit on his laptop.
We got
doing
very
something.
emotionally invested in Catfish and True Life.
Oh my god. What were other ones were like, I'm gonna have a threesome.
Yeah, have you guys
Still
ever
my
seen
best
Catfish and
friend's
True
ex.
Life?
Yes, and I'm shaking my head
No.
in disappointment because you
Oh.
like them. They're
It's
terrible.
so great.
So
Terrible
good,
shows.
Ash.
Great
Awful shows.
TV.
Oh
No,
my god,
it's
okay.
not.
No.
Besides Catfish, where we were yelling at the TV, there was this True Life one where it was like, True Life, like, my boyfriend hates my weight or whatever. And, like, one of them was
Oh
good
my
because, like,
God.
the guy, like, hated the girl for being so big because, like, she couldn't, like, walk or, like, have children or whatever.
She lost a baby.
So, like, he, like, legit had, like,
Jesus.
medical reasons. Like, the other guy, though, was like,
Oh,
dude, you're too fat.
We were getting so angry with.
And then his mom was like, you're too fat for my son. And then he's like, we need
Yeah.
to work out. And then I'm like, you need to shut the
She
fuck
was
up.
like, she's straight upset. I
Fuck.
didn't know my son would date someone who was fat, and I was like, oh, you don't say that to people.
We were getting so angry. So angry. But yeah, so. Oh, and then we found. Becca, what did we watch? We watched something else. I want to say we watched Teen Mom for a while with Jason.
It was
Still
I'm having
shaking
a
my head.
threesome, and it was I stole my best friend's ex. or
Oh yeah.
something.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
is that a show?
It was
It
True
was, It's
Life.
crazy.
It was good.
It was but Catfish. I got so invested in it. It's so good.
Yeah.
My mum watched that before I went for my trip, and she's like, "Are you sure Kyle isn't a catfish?"
Yeah, I suppose that's mildly relevant to you guys, to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm just like, no, it's fine, really. Like,
Yeah. So we
yeah.
did all that. Jason ignored us until we actually got into Texas.
So what was he doing? Was he just on Reddit all day or
He
something?
was on his like laptop
YouTube.
watching YouTube
Who
and
knows?
videos and shit.
Okay.
So
And then we went to Texas.
we went to
And it
Texas.
was hot.
We watched Captain America on the plane with the soundtrack to Frozen because our TV didn't work.
Our TV didn't work, and then
No.
we got picture with no sound.
No, the first thing
And
that
then we
happened
can
with the
plug in
plane
video
is
sound.
we get on the plane and they're like, so we're having technical difficulties. It's gonna be a bit before we take off.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're like, awesome. They wouldn't tell us what happened. Then they kept saying it was a computer problem. Then they didn't know how long it was going to take. Then it was like 2 hours for them to diagnose the problem. And then God knows how long until they fix the problem. So, like, I hate flying. It's those two, like, first time. Like, Becca flew here, but it was Jason's first time on a plane. And we're just like, we're going to die. This is it. Like, we're not meant to get there.
At least we're together.
So, that was
But
interesting.
yeah.
It's awesome that we're
we
posting
landed
a
in Texas.
podcast on the RT site and you guys are talking about plane stories.
What?
Because that was like the first 20 podcasts was all they did was talk about planes, and you guys
Oh,
are
really?
now doing plane stories.
I got so confused. I'm like, what are you
It's delightfully meta. I really like it.
So we landed in
we landed in
Texas.
Texas. It was really fucking hot.
Kyle yelled at me because I couldn't see him like right in front of me.
Yep. And then I met Kyle for the first time.
And then
Which was
I got into
surreal.
Juan's car with Jason while Becca and Kyle went into Kyle's car.
Yep. We went to the truck.
Yeah.
For
No,
anybody
thank
that's
you.
just tuning in or hasn't heard this before, Becca and Kyle are a couple. That's why it's a...
This is
Yeah, they are.
But
from
they
the
have
last
never
time we
met before.
recorded.
It's
Yeah.
like, we're trying to attract new people and being slightly obscure about what's going on. It's just like, yeah, they're in a
Yeah.
truck doing stuff in
Since
the
the
truck.
last time we recorded, I don't think back then that we were like public about it, but now like we are. So yeah, that's a thing.
Woo!
Yeah, so they met.
That was
We got to our really
bizarre.
weird hotel.
Mhm.
I fell asleep. Becca died.
Yep.
I woke up. Then we went to go get the Aussies.
I didn't. I stayed in bed.
I was the only person who got them.
Oh,
Juan and
Tristan.
Jason stayed in the car. I went in to go find Tristan and Jess.
Oh my god, Ash, you and Tristan would be like best friends.
Like,
I love Tristan. He's awesome.
Everybody loves Tristan.
oh my
I
god.
had such high
Like,
hopes
Becca
for
and I
him.
had set such high expectations for him,
Yeah, we
and he
did.
exceeded every one of them.
He was just one of my favorite moments was whenever we'd be like traveling places. He would take the navigation from Danielle because Kyle like was getting very riled up with it.
No,
So he
okay,
would, like,
I'm
yell
defending
at
myself here. I'm defending myself here.
That didn't take long.
Okay, there was one point where you guys were shouting at each other, and I was sat in the middle, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
My navigation is, like, I'm horrible with directions, so I use my GPS for everything. So my GPS decides it doesn't want to tell you things until you're literally right at the road. So I have Kyle yelling, "Is it here? Is it here? Is it here?" And then me going, "No, it's not." And then him going, "It is here, it is here." And then he makes a turn and it wasn't supposed to be there. So then I got blamed for everything. So he just made.
Yeah.
I almost got kicked out of the car. I almost got forced into the other
Yeah.
car with my phone in the other car away from me.
Instead, you got kicked to the back seat of the truck.
No, I stayed in the front seat. Just no, I did get
Well,
kicked to the
well,
back seat at
Tristan
first.
was it.
Yeah, I got kicked to the back seat of the truck, and Tristan took my seat.
Wait, who else was driving?
Yeah.
Juan.
Why?
Yeah. It was
Oh,
me
you're,
and Kyle.
yeah, because you're both Texas-based. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so
Sorry.
like once we had everybody together, I don't think we did anything the first night besides like
Boning.
food shop.
No. Well, we went to eat. At
Oh, we
whatever
did.
that
When
place
Becca was dead in the bed, we went to a really expensive Mexican restaurant and got really good fajitas. And that was it.
Yeah, if I
Yeah,
had
that
stepped
was it
foot
for
in
the
that
first
place,
night.
I would have puked. Like the smell of food would just make kill me.
I don't remember what happened the second day.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
at all.
I think the second day was when we went shopping for food and stuff. The first day, wasn't it? Like we went to like a
Yeah.
Walmart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes,
And we
I think
we
so.
went to Zombie Mall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys
Worst mall ever.
actually like been to our RTX at this point?
No,
Right.
No.
these are the first 2 days of the trip. The third day is when we went to RTX, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to.
So the second day we just went food shopping and stuff. The third day is when it was our first RTX
Oh,
day.
we had
What?
pre-reg at RTX the day before.
Oh yeah, we went to registration the day
we met
before.
Adam.
We met Adam Ellis.
Oh, yeah, bumped into
We
Adam.
saw Cara and Gus as well. We were
Nice.
just like walking
Yep.
by.
Adam we took a picture with and then started a line.
Yeah, we did.
We went up to Adam and like because a bunch of people were talking, so then me and Becca went up together and started talking to him, and he was super cool, like and nice,
He
and
was really nice. We got hugs.
we got hugs. We asked him for hugs. He's
a
like,
teddy bear.
we asked him for hugs, and he's like, I give the best hug ever. Come here, and like he hugged us, and like it was awesome. And then like we're like, can we take a
Yeah.
picture? And he's like, yeah. What do you want to do? So we're like, we
And we're
shrugged,
like,
and we're like, I don't know. He's like, well, that's it. And so we did like
That's
the
it.
I don't know what's going on pose, and that was our picture.
So great.
It was so good. So good. And then apparently a bunch of people saw us that day that we didn't even see, and
I'm like, not many people like came up to me and was like, "Hey, I know you," and I was like, I was a bit disappointed. There was like one person we met off the site, no, two.
Yeah, and then I had a bunch of people after RTX tell me, "Hey, I saw you there." It's like, why didn't you say hello? Like, that was the whole point of me going, so I can meet you people.
I think next year we should definitely try and have a Latecomers meetup.
Absolutely.
I think that would be the best way.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So what else to do? Oh, Becca and I ran around the RTX hall. We ran away from the guys and hid in a bathroom for a while.
That was a common thing. I tend to wander off when I'm bored or anything. So sometimes Daniel's like, "Should we just run?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, whenever we went to Walmart or anything like that,
Becca and I always split up.
We just get bored.
We hid.
Stuff.
So yeah, so the first day of RTX, like not the registration, but the first day was absolutely incredible. Like, incredible. So we waited in the line forever. I think the first day was when, Juan, you went to Ruby, right? With Jason and Jess?
What did I do? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
we waited on the line to get into the hall, and we saw Ray walk past us. Then we played Gavin or Google with one of the Guardians.
Okay.
That's what I want to say. One of the Guardians on the registration day, remember when we were walking in, and he was doing the fuck train thing? So then I did I did the jazz hands back at him, and he's like, I don't get it how nobody else gets this reference. You're like one of the first people who do. And I'm like, dude, you have no breaks. I get it. I know.
I get it.
But yeah, so then we get into the registration hall, and the first thing that Tristan and I do is
wait.
What?
When we were in the line, we walked past the bathroom.
Oh yeah, so we're walking into the thing, like almost into it, but we're like in the line, just still moving. And there's a bathroom, and Bernie walks right out of the bathroom, like sees it's the line, and just gets in right behind us.
Yeah, he just casually just walks behind us, and he's like,
"Hey guys,
if you guys need some advice, when the line stops, just push." I'm like, "You have permission."
We're like, "Okay, Bernie," and like
so awesome.
it wasn't even like he was
to Bernie.
Yeah, like he spoke at us, like he was talking to us.
He's absolutely my hero. That's really just
like he did not care. Had no guardian, had no nothing. Literally walked out of the bathroom, was like, "All right," got in the line.
I just need to say, a lot more attractive than he is on.
Oh, Bernie's so good looking.
In person, he is so handsome. Like, just saying.
Well, I don't feel like I can join in this conversation.
So, but yeah, so the whole Bernie thing happened. We get into the hall, and then the first thing that Tristan and I do, because we ended up like splitting, like Becca and Kyle went somewhere, and then Tristan and I stay together, and Tristan and I went up to the line to get the merch, because like they gave you like a quick form for like the RTX shirt and stuff, and John Reisinger was the person who rang me up. So I was like, "Hey, John!"
Like, hey.
So that was pretty cool. And then Tristan and I walked around trying to find the other two, and we ran into Kyle, who does like sponsor cut and everything. And we got a picture with him, and I felt my heart broke with talking to him. Like, it was terrible. Like, you guys know who he is, right, Ash?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay, Ash. All right, good talk.
Okay.
So we're talking to Kyle, and he's like, guys, can you be honest with me? Do you actually like sponsor cut? I mean, Tristan's like, yeah, we love it. We watch it all the time. He's like, really? He's like, because I'm so afraid for this show and that people aren't going to like me as host and like all this stuff. I'm like, Kyle, no, we love you. Like, hearts. I'm like, I love you. Like, you can't. And then he walked away, and then Tristan was on the hunt for Meg because he saw the back of her head and they couldn't find her again. And yeah. That was interesting.
I saw like a lot of people on the shop floor. Like, we saw Jeff, but it was impossible to.
Oh, it was impossible to get to him. And his guardian was scary.
I have a picture of her on my phone. I didn't realize. I have a picture of when Jeff was on the floor, and I just see her staring at him. It's quite scary.
we saw Jeff on the floor a lot. We saw Bernie just walking around. Who else? I don't know if we really saw.
I think
Barbara?
There was a point where Matt.
I did not see Barbara on the floor.
I think Tris got a picture with Barbara.
Juan saw Ryan. Okay. All right. So we went. The first panel that we went to was the patch, which was incredible. Like, incredible.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh my gosh.
One of the best
Ryan
panels.
was on fire.
See, you guys know my love for Ryan Haywood. Like, adore that man. Hearts in my eyes. Like, he is perfect. So, I missed his signing with him and Jeff, I want to say it was, the first day. So, the second day, I was like, I'm doing this. This is my time to shine. I'm getting into that signing. So, we went to see... What's its face? What did we see? No, not the Patch. Juan, what panel did... I think it was the third day, right? What was the first panel we saw?
What was it about?
It was,
I don't remember.
JJ and Blaine.
Recap?
It was the recap panel. The recap panel ended at 12. Then Ryan's signing with Caleb started at 2, but you had to line up 2 hours beforehand. So the recap panel ended.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking duck, man.
It was
That's ridiculous.
But it was
an hour
Ryan,
a day,
and I
needed. Them just queuing?
I needed. So I sprinted downstairs, and I get in the line, and like the way that they did it was like, okay, you're gonna raise your hand to how many people are in your party, and then we're gonna randomly pick you. Like, it wasn't a first come first serve thing. So I smartly befriended 2 of the girls who were standing next to me. And I was talking to them about how much I loved Ryan, how like I really wanted to meet him. And when they put their hands up, they got picked and I didn't. So they turned to me and they're like, come on. They grabbed my hand and we ran in. And I met Ryan because of them. I was like, you beautiful man. Like, it was everything I could have wanted and more. I love him. And that's my Ryan story. And you can all just deal with it. But yeah, so that was the third day. I completely skipped the second day. But
it was so surreal seeing them in real life. Like, just like catching glances of people. I saw a lot of YouTubers that I know there as well, which I didn't really get to talk to because I was too scared.
What other panels did we see on the first day besides?
First
we saw Patch.
Did you guys have an issue with, like, they always say don't meet your heroes because they'll never live up to the hype? I mean, you guys met a fair amount of RT staff. Like,
meeting Ryan. Ryan was everything I could have asked for. He was sarcastic. He was really funny. Like, there was a chick in front of me that was dressed up as him as the Mad King from Minecraft, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're me." And the girl was like so shy, and he's like, "You're me." And the girl's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Come here," and like he hugged her, and I was like, "That's awesome." And then when I met him, I was like, "It's so great meeting you." He's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And like Caleb dropped a pen, and he turns to Caleb and he goes, "Can you not do anything right?" And Caleb was like, "I know." And then Ryan goes, he's like, "It's so hard to get good help these days." And I was like, "I know, holding pens is really difficult." And like, it was great. And then who else did I met Blaine, and he was really good in real life. Like, there was nothing wrong with him. JJ was super great in real life.
JJ is like so cute. He's like so adorable.
JJ's probably better in real life than he is on the fucking screenplay podcast.
I met Megan Ashley, which is pretty cool.
I saw JJ on the shop on like outside the exhibition floor, and like Kyle's like, go get a picture. So like he like pretty much made me do it because I'm just like, no, I'm fine. I see him, it's fine. He's like, he called Kyle Colossus. Like, Colossus,
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And there was also a guy who ran up our food, like, on the exhibition floor, and he's like, I had an Attack on Titan shirt on. He's like, you seen any Titans lately? And I just pointed to Kyle. I was like, there's one right there. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Who else did I meet that was, like, super cool?
But you didn't have basically, I'm asking, you didn't have a disappointing experience when you met
anybody?
Not at all.
No,
everybody was as good as you.
Everybody was super cool.
That's really cool, especially since like they're all so stressed and tired and stuff while RTX is happening.
I think
it's really
Gus
great
yelled at us like in a funny way. Like we ran into Gus, like we were just walking and like he cut in front of us.
And he's like, hey, and he's like, wait, no, get out of my way.
I think the only people that like were super busy and in a rush were probably like Kerry popped up like once that I saw him, like said hi to a couple people, then had to run away. Then him and Miles like hid on the floor and stuck bags over their head, and like everybody, like it was pretty cool though, because like everybody knew it was them, but like they all respected them enough to not go up to them, like realizing like, hey, they're trying to just go see the floor.
When someone doesn't want to be approached.
But Tristan, Jess, and I were going up the stairs for the immersion panel, and it was an escalator and there's nobody else on it, then on, like, it's two sides to it, so we were going up the right one and there was one right to the left. The next thing, we turned around and Ashley, you know, Bernie's girlfriend, and from, like, the Know and stuff, she's dressed up as X-Ray. Her and Meg, like, cosplayed as Lady X-Ray and Vab. She's leaning over the ledge of it, because to us, waiting for us to notice her, and she goes, "Sup?" And, like, we just started talking to her and everything, and it was really funny.
She's
and then later on that day, we met, Trish, Jess, and I met Meg and Ashley. Like, they were just on the floor signing things for people. And that was the day that Becca and I wore our X-Ray and Vav shirts. So I go up to them, and Meg goes to me, she just shakes her head, and I was like, "Hi?" And she's like, "Your shirt, don't you know that the other one is better?" And I'm like, Meg, I know that you have preferences, but I can't rep your boy all the time. Like, they were just all funny and cool and just, like, super down to earth.
That's really cool. That's amazing, actually.
Like, the AH panel was incredible. Like,
my God.
Incredible.
The intro and, like, everybody reacting to that intro was just one of my favorite moments. Like,
it was so good.
See, like, Ryan placed the crown on and everybody goes insane.
Yes.
I want to watch it again.
I've watched it so many different times at this point.
It's so great.
But, like, we waited. We got there at, I want to say 7 o'clock for the Achievement Hunter panel, so we could start lining up. And we were, like, there was a good, like, 200, 300 people ahead of us.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember it was you, me, and Jason, and we had to, like, wait for Kyle, and then we had to, like, jump out of the line and then jump back in the line to be in the same thing as Kyle. So we're like, Ugh. And then I sat in Street Pass the entire time. It was great. Street Pass is awesome at RTX, by the way. Like, if anybody ever decides to do that, like, you will get millions.
Unless you're Jason, because he got, like, not nearly as many people as you did.
I got more, I think, well, who do you think people are going to want to Street Pass? Jason or me?
No, but, like, seriously, like, RTX was just absolutely incredible. Like, incredible. Yeah, I mean, if you're going for RoosterTeeth alone, like, you're gonna have every expectation. Just, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, even if you think you can't afford it, I suggest everybody does it at least once. Like, I'm definitely gonna try and go next year, but something I would recommend people doing at least once. It's amazing. Because Austin is an awesome city. Like, the food is amazing. The people are, like, nice and friendly.
It was scary how friendly they were. Like, scary.
I'm just like, yeah, I could live here. I can do it. I can do it.
There is only one thing that I regret about that trip.
Bats!
Well, I guess two things.
Yes.
2 things I regret about that trip. The first thing's bats. The second thing's Riot Punch.
Oh my God, no. We, Danielle and I tried Riot Punch. We went swimming. We did it all the way we should have, and it did not end well.
Not at all.
We were not friends by the end of the night.
And most of the next day.
Yep. And then we're like, this is stupid. Let's just be friends again. And then we hugged the next morning. We're like, I'm so sorry.
I think everybody was surprised how quickly we made up. Because,
well, it's like, we're us.
Because, like, me and her, like, when I say that we went at it, like, we went at it that night.
I remember, like, Kyle pretty much, like, propping me up because I was that drunk. And, like, there was one part where I passed out on the floor, and he carried me to my bed, and then I woke up and I'm like, I was really confused, and it's like, why is Danielle mad at me? Why was she listening to everything I say? She never listens to everything I say. And he was like trying to calm me down, and I'm just like, I don't understand. And then you heard me, and you're like, bitch, what the fuck?
Because, alright, so what I remember of that night is that I splashed water in your face and you yelled at me. So I went to go swim on the other side of the pool. The next thing I know is that I open my eyes and you're going to kick my cup in the pool. So I was like,
joking.
I know,
but
way. Like, I was drunk. So, like, what was I thinking? So I'm like, this stupid bitch is trying to kick my shit in the pool. I'm already pissed off at her. I'm like, this is it. I'm done. So I get out of the pool.
Splash water in my face, though. You started it.
Yeah, but I didn't mean to splash water in your face. I think that's where it just went all downhill. I went to just splash water at you, and it ended up in your face.
Yeah, and so we were not friends.
Everybody,
we were drunk
everybody went inside. They left me alone by the pool by myself.
Everybody else was sober.
So I finally managed. I get myself to the room. I don't remember getting to the room. I don't remember changing. I don't remember doing anything. The next thing I remember about that part is I managed to get myself downstairs to the other room where Becca and Kyle and Jason were. I opened the door with the key that I don't remember having. And I sat down in a chair. Then all I hear is Becca talking about me to Kyle. So I was like, fuck you,
so confused.
Stop talking about me. I can't believe you're doing this. I left. I don't remember going back to my room. I don't remember getting into the bed, and I don't remember sleeping. The next thing I remember is waking up the next morning, hungover as shit.
Like, yeah, we didn't talk much that next day, I don't think. I stuck to Kyle the next day. Like, I was like, I don't want to talk to her. She was angry with me.
So, like, we talked the next day, but it took, like, a good, 4 hours after we woke up for us to, message each other.
It was on Kick.
Becca and I confronted each other on Kick. We're like, I'm in the one room, she's in the other room, and...
Yeah, which were quite close. And we're, talking about, how we felt.
We're talking on Kick, and we talked it out, and then I walked downstairs, and I knocked on the door, and then someone opened. You walked downstairs, and we just hugged. And, that was it.
We looked at each other, and we're like, hug me.
That was it. And we're like, this isn't worth it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, we're like, this is not how we want to spend the rest of our trip. So, we're never drinking Riot Punch again.
Nope. We will drink again. Just not Riot Punch.
I love my sippy cup.
Sippy.
Sippy cup. But, yeah,
So that was...
I love Austin, and that's where I would like to live in the future, because it was awesome. The food was awesome. We went to Rudy's, we went to Gordo's, we had home slice. It was just great.
10 out of 10. Will do again.
Yeah.
I think it's turned into the Becca and Danielle show.
Alright.
It has.
It may be time to move on, possibly. Yeah.
Let's reel it back in, guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
What else is on the list?
One thing.
Are we going to talk in depth about net neutrality?
No. I don't know what that was.
Oh, God.
No.
Alright, well, we can talk
about movies and stuff, or RoosterTeeth stuff, or whatever. I don't know.
Let's bring it up, because we just talked a whole bunch about RoosterTeeth, so let's bring up, the movies and TV and shit first that we've been watching.
Okay. So, the big movie released for me recently was Guardians of the Galaxy, which I absolutely adored.
Yeah, definitely. Probably my second favourite film.
It was definitely my movie I was excited most for this year after Days of Future Past.
Okay, hold on. Let's do that first then. Because I just watched that a week ago. What did you think of that, Bex?
I loved it.
Did you?
I think...
I thought it was a solid okay, but I didn't love it.
No, I think definitely my favourite X-Men movie, which was previously X-Men 2 or First Class. But I really liked that you had the people from the older movies, but I don't think they did a lot, but it was still nice to have them for nostalgia's sake.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a lot to do, and I think after, I don't want to spoil it, but by the end of the movie, they kind of set up this whole new thing, and I'm interested in where it goes.
I think a lot of it was basically, it was Bryan Singer coming back and going, I really want to get rid of X-Men 3. Because he'd made the first two.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, because it's an awful film.
I'm excited. I think they're gonna do X-Men 4 now, because they can basically do whatever they like now.
It's Age of Apocalypse is next. He's tweeted the script.
That's for this with Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. But I think with the older crew, like Colossus and Kitty and things like that, I think they're gonna do X-Men 4. With those people.
Really? Is that how it works?
I think so, because I don't think they're going to be in Age of Apocalypse. I think that's going to focus on the older, like, as in first class people.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to have those people.
Okay. But there's nobody left. They've all. You got Beast, Beast X, Professor X, Mystique, and Magneto. But there was nobody else left from that timeline. That everybody else had fucked off.
I think they're gonna bring in more people because I think Gambit's supposed to be in that. He's gonna be played by Channing Tatum, my bae. I'm so excited to see him. Yeah, he's gonna be in it, and I think they're gonna bring in some new mutants as well. I really want to see Cable. Like, I really want them to bring in Cable.
They'll have to have Cable if they're having an apocalypse. Cable needs to be in it. So.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, if
it's
they
okay.
Bring in some of the older people.
Yeah, it's at the forefront of my thoughts only because I watched it a couple of days ago. That's all.
Yeah. Going back to Days of Future Past, I really like some of the newer mutants that are going to be in some of the movies, like Bishop. I think he's awesome. Like, he looked badass.
Yeah.
The fire guy was
Sunspot.
He looked cooler than Pyro, but yeah, he looks cooler than Pyro.
Actually,
but
no.
I'm not sure about the actor.
It's not Sunspot, is it? Sunspot's the one from the New Mutants.
No, I think it's Sunspot.
Isn't it? I'm gonna look it up now because I'm worried that I'm gonna get it wrong.
It is.
No. Go on.
I think yeah, he's like a cooler version of Pyro because like he just had like a lighter and it was kind of lame.
Yeah.
But like he did like the whole flame on thing and I'm like, that's what he should have been. But yeah, I'm all for like an X-Men 4 with those guys. Also, I think they're gonna do more movies with Blink, the girl who did like teleports and stuff.
I take it back. It was. I'm looking at IMDb. It was Sunspot. I was thinking it was gonna be the other dude.
It was.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think the Warpath guy is gonna be in some as well.
But
shows
see, now we can't talk about it because of spoilers.
Yeah, how long has that movie been out? Like.
Well, it's about to come out on DVD, so it came out in, I'm gonna say March. Probably came out about the same time we had the last podcast.
Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, like maybe skip forward a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because anyway, go on with what you were gonna say.
What, me? Oh, the entire timeline is reversed. It's gone.
Yeah, it's like
everything from 1973 like onwards is completely reset. So maybe those characters won't even exist anymore. That's all.
No, but I think they said that they're gonna bring them in. It's just gonna be. They might just be like a little different, but
fair enough.
But yeah, Jean Grey's alive. Cyclops is alive. Professor X is alive.
Whoa.
Rogue was in there for like a split second.
They had a scene with her at the start, which apparently got cut because of time reasons, but it's going to be on the DVD that explains why. Poor Anna Paquin. She's too busy getting her boobs out into True Blood.
That's over now.
Yes, thank goodness. That's an awful show.
But yeah, I want to see like an extended edition of it with like all the scenes cut out of it in it, because I just want to see everything because that movie was awesome. But,
so that was the Ash and Bex part of the podcast.
Yeah. So also going back to Guardians of the Galaxy,
which was a lot shorter than the Ash and the Bex and Danielle part of the podcast.
Yeah, it was. Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing. Like probably my favorite Marvel movie now.
Without a doubt, definitely.
I just fell in love with it. Like it was just taking it away from the fact that it was a Marvel movie or a superhero movie, it looked beautiful. Like the shots in space and stuff.
Yeah.
That was just
absolutely. And that's because, and I know the guys that worked on it because I have friends in the visual effects industry, and I've seen their names. I got to go to the cast and crew screening, and I've seen my friends' names in the credits, and that is a brilliant feeling to go like I went out for drinks with them afterwards. Like, you fucking made that. Like, it was gorgeous, and they put some of them put 2 years of their lives into it to make it that amazing, and they really, there was an atmosphere in the cinema like we really want this to be good because they hadn't seen the final product yet. And everybody screamed the hell out of it when it finished, because well done to them. So yeah, it is. It's gorgeous, beautiful,
fantastic. I was excited for it the moment they announced it, like, because I'd read some of the comics before, but as soon as that first trailer hit, I'm like, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And it was. I loved pretty much all of the characters. I just wish some of them had more kind of weight behind them, I guess, but I think they're gonna do more in the second one. Also, apparently, the guy who plays Drax the Destroyer, he's renegotiated his contract, and apparently he's going to be in Avengers 3. So I think Avengers 3 is going to see the Avengers meet the Guardians.
That's going to
be
be
fucking awesome.
That's going to be the one where they team up to take down Thanos, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of Avenger type things,
yep.
Robert Downey Jr. pretty much announced that there's going to be no more individual Iron Man films, at least in regards to him playing Iron Man.
I'm kind of okay with that.
See, I don't know if I'm okay with it so much as what shit was left after Iron Man 3. I couldn't stand that movie, so I don't know if I want them to not make any more with him in it or redeem it.
My thing with that is, I think Iron Man in the comics, he doesn't have like great villains or anything like that, and I think
true.
The most interesting is when he's like the demon in the bottle storyline, like he's like an alcoholic and stuff. But I think they've done that now. I'm just like, I don't know what else they could do in Iron Man 4. I think the best Iron Man that we're gonna see is in the Avengers or whatever future Marvel movies they do. I think he's definitely gonna appear in like other movies, but I think Iron Man is just, like, his solo movies are just done. Like, I don't see what they can do.
I think Marvel have such a wide variety of characters that in the plan is apparently is that every other year they're going to have a new character, and then they're going to have a sequel the year after. So which is why I think next year is Avengers, and then you get Ant-Man, but then you get Captain America. I want to say either Thor 3 or Captain America 3. And then it's Doctor Strange, and then it's another one. So you're going to get one and then the other.
I'm quite excited for Doctor Strange. Definitely has my attention. I think that's
definitely, and they said it's not going to be an origin story, which is a big deal.
Which is that's going to be refreshing. But have you seen who's supposedly playing Doctor Strange?
No.
Doctor Strange.
Go on.
I think that's I can't say his name. I'm just like
Do you want to type it and we'll read it out for you?
I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try to say his name. But it's he was in Her. He was in Walk the Line. He was one of the Phoenix brothers.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Not dead.
Joaquin?
Yeah, I couldn't say his name. I'm not even gonna try.
I don't know. Like, I'm excited about all the other movies. I don't know. I'm kind of dreading where they're bringing the Avengers, just because the way that they're going with the Cap series, and the way that they're going with the Cap series pretty much identifies strictly with Civil War, which I'm okay with, but the way that they did the Iron Man series really doesn't have anything to do with it.
That's true. That is true, Dani.
I'm just trying to figure out what they're going to end up doing, because they're going to have some sort of storyline that ties in with the comic and ties in with the movies, and I don't get where it's going right now.
I would not be surprised if you got Avengers 2, which is Age of Ultron, which isn't related to the Age of Ultron comic. It's just the name they've taken, and it's just generally Ultron.
Ultron has a different origin in the movie than.
Well, that's fine, because a lot of the origins are set in the 60s, and it's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But you're going to see the introduction of Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Ultron, and the Vision, and the Hulkbuster arms and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a couple more films. You're going to get Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Captain America 3, Thor 3, and then there'll be the third Avengers film, which will be the big final fight with Thanos, supposedly, which will be everybody teaming up to take down Thanos. And then I think the Avengers will go away for a little while. I think they will take some time off.
Bring in other teams.
I've heard
they could do the Secret Avengers or
Well, they've got at the same time as all this going on. They've got the 4 TV shows as well. They've got Daredevil, Iron Fist, the Defenders, and another one. There's 4 of them.
See, from what the rumor that I've heard,
Agents of Shield.
No, a different one.
Agents of Shield is on TV.
Yeah.
Like a rumor that I've heard, at least in regards to like the Avengers and the Cap series, is that Chris Evans, this is why I feel like they're leaning towards the Civil War kind of aspect, is because Chris Evans has been rumored to stop after I think Avengers 3. He's supposed to end his time as Captain America, and what's his face, Sebastian, I think is whatever his name is.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
the Winter
he
Soldier.
who plays Bucky is supposed to take the place as Captain America, which follows Civil War.
It does indeed. That's correct. Yeah.
So
I've heard that he's gonna hand it over in Captain America 3.
That's what I've heard.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, because I think
it doesn't.
In the comics, it's like he gets shot.
In the comics, Steve Rogers walks out of a court building and gets shot in the head and dies.
No,
that's how
he's walking in to go to his trial.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And
he gets shot
in the head. He dies. Yeah, and he dies.
I don't think they're gonna go that way. I think they're gonna go with, in some sort of way, he ages really rapidly, and I think he's gonna have like his off in the sunset thing with Peggy. I think that's good.
With Peggy?
Peggy died, didn't she?
Spoilers,
dead. Sorry. She's died.
I mean, the only thing that they can redeem from that is that they bring in, I think it's Peggy's granddaughter, who is Comic Central.
Sharon Carter.
It's Peggy's
Agent
granddaughter,
13.
and that's the only way that I could see them getting rid of Steve.
Because they had like
Didn't she die in the second?
A deleted scene or so. There was a deleted scene where he had like her address or something, or like they knew where she was, because obviously.
No, he went to see her. He went to see her in the second film. She's really old, and she was talking to him, and then she forgot.
I didn't see the second film yet, but no, Peggy's not alive anymore. At least if you go comic canon, Peggy died, and her granddaughter is an Agent.
Agent 13, she's the blonde girl from Captain America 2. I've got the bleed. I should check the film out, actually. I've got it on my laptop.
I haven't seen the film yet, but that's what I feel like what's going to end up happening if they don't go the actual Civil War route.
If she didn't die, she was showing signs of dementia. She couldn't remember the fact that she was old and Cap was old.
I just know that she's gonna be in another movie. I read it the other day. I can't remember if it was Avengers or Captain America 3, but she's definitely coming back for.
Well, she's gonna be in the pilot. Sorry, not the pilot.
I know she's doing one of the shows.
She's gonna be in Shield. She's gonna be in the first episode of season 2 of Shield, and then she's getting her own show. Peggy Thingybob is getting her own Marvel show, which is gonna be I think on Netflix.
What I read.
We know less than the RoosterTeeth guys. Juan, are you still there?
Yeah, I am not an expert on this at all, so I'm just letting you guys.
Sorry, dude. We should talk about something that you can get involved with.
I mean, I'm trying to find the only thing that I can find about Peggy coming back is them saying that she's going to come back in flashbacks in Cap 2.
I read it the other day. I can't find it.
But
okay, you guys talk about something else. I'm gonna kind of.
I mean, if we want to get Juan involved in a talk, season 10 of Supernatural starts soon, so that's going to be incredible.
About a month from now, right?
Yep, I think October 8th, 9th, or 10th, one of those days.
7th, 8th,
something around there.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that season. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's gonna be one of my favorites, just because of the storyline that they're getting into.
Yes.
Just, I don't know, because like Supernatural has always done twists and turns with me in regards to their storylines, where I either really love it or I can't stand what's going on.
Yeah, like the thing with the Leviathans, that was kind of...
The Leviathans, I hated. Yeah. I hated the Leviathans. Like, that entire whole plot was just ridiculous. Like, I think to this day, my favorite is still the whole Lucifer, Michael, Apocalypse one.
Yes.
What's happening? I went to the toilet. What's going on?
I so want it to.
We're talking about Supernatural, our favorite.
Oh, is Bex disappeared? Are we doing spoilers or not?
No, I'm here.
No, she's here.
Okay.
No, we're not spoiling. We're talking about how we're excited for what the plot is for season 10, as opposed to like some of the other kind of not so great storylines that they've had in the past. Like,
like those
Juan and I have a very strong the Leviathans. Are you going to talk
Yes,
about the Leviathans?
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The people with the big mouths.
Hate them.
Yeah.
That entire series was an excuse to make dick jokes because the head Leviathan's name was Dick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was just the
Yeah, it
whole
was.
point was just to make dick jokes. That's it. But poor dick jokes because they couldn't really go too far with it. Bex, what are you
Maybe
typing?
Becca's
You can
article.
never
It sounds
go
like
too
a
far.
herd of small, tiny rhinoceroses are running across a wooden table whenever you type anything.
I am really sorry. The only way I'm doing this is because Kyle, his kick broke again, and he just got Skype to work again.
How is it he's the only person in the world that can't run this one app that all the rest of us can work?
He has a shit phone. He broke his, he cracked the screen on his phone the other day, and I'm just like, you break
He
everything.
does. He
So
does just...
the way we're communicating right now is through Skype, so that's why I'm typing. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Okay, no worries. So, Dani, what's next on the list?
We can talk about the Rooster Teeth projects that are going on.
Oh, I feel like I'm
Or
Pretty
have happened.
interesting.
actually
Or
going
have gone on.
Yes, okay.
So
I mean, first and foremost, I Bleed.
I blame.
How do you guys feel about
Um,
that?
Wasn't happy about
great,
Eyeblade. Yeah, didn't like Eyeblade.
I felt it was too short to really get a chance to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, it didn't develop enough, did it? It didn't go into the... Because
No,
by the
not
end of
really.
the second one, they'd already kind of given away the whole betrayal and all this kind of shit.
Exactly. Like
That should be
if
the
I
last
was
5
going
minutes.
if I was going to enjoy that series, I personally wanted more backstory, like what kind of world were they actually in? Because they don't really say it. All you assume is, okay, you see medieval armor, you see modern technology, they're in some sort of hybrid world.
Yeah.
Alright. And you know nothing about the characters, you know nothing about anything. It's like, ugh.
Yes.
I was quite impressed with Chris though. Like, I think he might have been the best part.
Chris
but,
did very well.
Like, I just wasn't.
Chris did very
Yeah.
well.
I didn't find myself caring that much about the story or like anything like that. Like, I just wasn't that interested
There-
in it.
I
there
think...
just wasn't enough time to get attached to any one character too much.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether between this and Day 5, whether they're just basically experimenting with what they can do in-house in the run-up to
Yeah.
Laser Team.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
know,
it.
it's kind of like we're testing the waters. We're seeing can we produce this kind like we have X amount of budget. We want to tell this story. What can we do? Can we make it decent enough to put out? And then it's just a trial essentially because this is 3 parts and Day 5 is longer, isn't it? Day 5 I think is possibly
I
an
think so.
hour, maybe. I think they've spoken about it.
Yes.
And then the
Yeah.
next step is obviously Laser Team, which will be, I'm assuming, 90 minutes to 2 hours. So I think it's more like a putting your foot in the water, seeing what it's like, seeing what they can
Yeah.
do internally.
I'm scared for Laser Team and I'll tell you why.
Gone.
For the acting choices that I'm afraid they're gonna make, because they
They've
Do you know what?
Ugh.
I reckon you won't see any. I reckon you'll see very few people from RoosterTeeth in Laser Team.
yeah.
I understand that, but I feel like they're also gonna pick fan favorites to pop up in there and like do that thing. And if I have to see Barbara try to act one more time, I think I'm going to cry. Like I love Barbara.
Oh,
Don't get
bless
me
her.
wrong.
I don't.
I like
see
her as Ying.
being in it.
Could not stand her in Eye Bleed. Her character in Eye Bleed annoys me. When she's in shorts, she annoys me. Like, there's just something about her acting that I
Hey,
can't
you
stand.
leave her legs alone, okay, Danny? She wants to throw her legs around. That's fine.
Yeah, I think they talked about it quite a bit back, and you're like, yeah, it's not going to be all of Rooster Teeth people. Like,
No.
if anything,
I reckon you'll
it'll
get
be, like,
cameos. I think you'll get small cameos, like the guy behind the shop
I think
counter and the
you'll-
person you pass
you'll
on the
get
side of the
cameos,
road.
and you might get like some references, but I don't think it's going to be, hey, this is Rooster Teeth. I think it's going to be more than that.
I hope so.
I reckon. To be
But,
fair though, I reckon 2 or 3 main people will be Rooster Teeth people. I'd be surprised if Joel
Yeah,
didn't
you
have a
might-
major
you
role in it
You might
because
see
he is a
Joel.
professional
I know
actor.
he did some actor stuff before.
Okay, you
I'm
just
just-
came out like a robot to me there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you said.
Yeah, you guys keep
Oh,
going
the
silent
bots,
for me
roll
for a bit.
out. But Bernie's writing and Matt is directing, so like I have no
Agreed.
problem with it. I'm
Agreed.
just like-
And it's not to say that iBlade was terrible. Like, it wasn't awful.
iBlade's writing wasn't terrible.
It's just
They
that
just-
I just...
It was too compact, and I wanted more storyline. I wanted more
I agree.
background. I wanted more characterization, and then I probably could have gotten into it if it was a longer series. But
I agree.
wasn't.
I think all the bits that they gave you was like the plot, which I wasn't that interested in. I wanted more of the background. If they'd given you more of a background and then shoved the plot in, I probably would have been happy either way. Yeah. But I don't think... in terms of Laser Team, I think it's different, certainly. I'm very interested now to see what Day 5 is going to be like, which I don't
Me
think it's
too.
going to be too long before that comes out. But again, I feel like that's a different creative team. Because I don't think Chris and Brandon are directing that, are they? Because they've been making that for about 4 years.
Brandon, I don't think didn't direct. Brandon didn't direct iBlade though. I don't think. I think it was Chris and who?
I think
Oh no, we did this the other night.
Josh.
Who
Chris
directed
and
it?
the other army guy.
it was Chris and Josh did the writing and directing. I think Brandon produced it along with Matt.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
So I looked up in IMDb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Cool with it.
Have you guys checked out the Know-It-All? Yeah. What do you feel about the Know-It-All? I know we're only one episode in. The second episode will be
I
coming out in
have
about
not
4
seen
hours.
it yet.
Haven't watched it.
I'm a big fan,
No, I haven't
actually.
checked it
I'm
out
really because the No puts out a lot of stuff, which I don't watch basically but it's
Yeah.
really nice to have a 15-minute roundup at the end of the week of this is what has happened.
Is that what it is?
It is. It's just like they basically go like, listen, in case you've missed everything, this is all the stories. This is the most important stories we reported on
Alright,
last
that's
week, and we're doing
kind
them in
of awesome.
little 30-second chunks, and then you can click on it if you want more info. You can click on the screen at that time, and it takes you to the next one. But
Okay, that's pretty cool.
like-
it's
that
pretty.
idea.
It is. It's dead on
Yeah.
because the No are actually they're producing so much stuff that, like, as somebody that works 9 or 10 or sometimes 12 hours a day, you can't keep up with all of it, even though they are little 2 or 3 minute videos. When you're
I
also
like-
watching everything else that RT and the No and Achievement.
Yeah,
do.
I completely agree because the No is the last channel that I end up checking if I do check it at all.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll watch random stories here and there if they catch my eye, but like I like that kind of idea where you can have like just a 15-minute wrap up where I can just sit there and be like, oh, okay,
Definitely,
alright.
definitely. It's well worth a watch. Like, it's a Friday afternoon show. I think it's coming out on in terms of American time. Like for English people, it pops up around Saturday mornings, and it's perfect for. This is what's happened. You may have missed X, Y, or Z. You don't have to pay total attention to it. It's just Meg and Ashley just chatting to you, basically. But a really, really well-needed show. I think they've seen a gap and they've filled it. So well played to them.
I like the whole concept of the No in general. Like I like watching the Patch when I can. That's probably one of my favorite podcasts that goes on at the moment. Just I like the whole idea of it. I don't know. There's something about that channel that I enjoy. Maybe because I'm not so gaming inclined, then I don't know all the news. That it's like I like seeing what's popping up in the gaming world. So I'm like, I feel like I can actually learn things and talk to people about this stuff now.
E.
All right, good talk with myself.
I was sorry, I was eating that entire time.
But speaking of other podcasts, I mean, JJ put out a new one since we've been gone.
What happened? I went for beer. What did I miss?
And I talk to myself, don't worry.
Cool.
I don't know.
You just brought up screenplay.
Screenplay, yeah. See, I have an issue with screenplay, and it's JJ. And
Yeah. I like the concept of it. I do.
But
But
what we were talking about this the
JJ
other night, and Dani, you were saying that
Yeah.
somebody has brought up to JJ that it is a bit
Yes.
like the JJ show, and that's
I
what's pissing
adore
everybody
JJ. I will be the first person to say that I love him and I love the stuff that he puts out. I can't watch screenplay for the sheer fact that it's just an hour essentially of him getting very excited over things and then not listening to other people's opinions.
Yes. Yeah,
And
definitely. But
someone brought it up to him. He tweeted about it. Someone left a comment. I don't know if it was on a journal on the site or if it was a YouTube comment saying how they really enjoyed the concept of the show. They really enjoyed the talks that they have, but JJ needs to learn how to be a host in it.
Yep.
Wherein he has an opinion, he says it, then lets everybody else get their opinions in, have a discussion based off their opinions, and not directly go back to his opinion.
Definitely.
Which I completely agree with.
Now, I've got to, because I don't actually watch the podcast. I listen to them when I go on my lunchtime walks in the middle of the day. And I've got about the last 3 screenplays backed up because I haven't been that interested in listening to them. But now I am. I'm going to force myself to listen to the last 2 because I really like to see whether he actually took that advice on board and has gone for it in the most recent screenplay.
Yeah, I haven't watched them to fully look at it.
Yeah,
but
because it is the issue. It is he's
like,
great.
I completely understand. Yeah, I completely understand where he's coming from too. He's very excited. It's his first, like, real podcasty thing. It's something that he's very passionate about, and I completely get it because when I'm passionate about things too, I tend to run off in tangents and like be like, "Fuck you" in your opinion. Like, this is what I'm saying, and because I love this so much. But like, if you're running a podcast, you can't act like that. Like, everybody has a say in stuff.
Well, you can if you're going to put it on your own channel and it be his channel, but he's putting it on like it's going out on RT and it's going out as one of their productions, and it needs to be a universal production. It needs to be something that everybody can listen to, rather than just people that are fans of him. So I like the guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a nice bloke. He
no,
just
I love
needs to
JJ.
shut the fuck up every now and again. This is like,
like, just in the concept of screenplays too, like, I adore the concept of that show where they watch movies, they discuss the movie,
love it.
like,
Yep,
they
definitely.
talk all about that. Like, I love the concept of that show. I just wish I could bring myself to watch it.
Oh, and hey, if anybody out there who's listening to this thinks that we should do that as a Latecomers group, like watch a film every couple of weeks, let us know.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Comment below. Because
Comment below if you're
comment below if you're a Scouser.
I actually really like that idea.
It's pretty cool, especially since, to be fair to them, I think whatever the first film was, I wasn't that interested in. But on the second screenplay or something, they champion John Dies at the End, which is one of my favourite books. And the film isn't amazing, but the film is a really good representation of the book for a fucking low budget film. So I have to give them props for that. To be fair, for shouting out to that. So, and it's something that we could do because I watched a couple of weeks ago. There was a Let's Play where Jeff was talking about Snowpiercer. Did any of you guys remember this? He was talking about
with Chris
Evans.
Evans, right?
Did you watch the film?
I haven't had the chance.
You should watch it. It's remarkable. It's not in a good way.
You have
not in a good way at all.
It's on
It's
Netflix,
just
isn't it?
hilarious.
On the fact that it's Chris Evans.
It's literally it's like 100 years in the future. The entire world has become like an ice planet, apart from one train, and it just goes round and round all year on a perpetual engine. And it's their fight from the back of the train to the front of the train. It's total bollocks, but hilarious and incredible and really
so
quite
it's
good.
the train scene from Captain America 1, is what you're telling me.
Kind of. Imagine that for 2 hours. Like, you know, it's. To be fair, I would never have heard of that show if Jeff hadn't brought it up and he said about it. And it was good. It was all right. It was a good waste. It was a nice film to have on while you're playing on the Xbox. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add.
So if anybody thinks that's a good idea, let us know.
Sound off. If any of you are still listening at this point, well played.
Yeah.
Comment below
one thing-
if you've made it this far into the...
Yeah. I am the
one
drunken
thing
English person
screenplay-
in this podcast as well, so it's very much like when Gav was pissed on State of Decay. But I'm not that
Below
pissed.
if you have 2 girls who are talking to you at the same time.
You need to get some whiskey though and constantly drop your headphones in.
They sound wet.
Okay.
Wet.
I haven't got whiskey. I've got beer and I've got red wine. That's what.
See, I want to bring that up real quick.
Okay,
How
go on.
drunk Gavin was on that full play with Michael, like, I was so... You know when Jeff and Gavin finally released the Let's Build for the Giant Creeper?
Yeah.
And they're like, this has been so long in the making. We were so drunk on it. It was ridiculous. We didn't know if we could do this. I sat there pretty much
So
on
underwhelming.
edge the entire video, waiting for the moment that I was like, this is it. They're going to say something horrible, and this is it. And I'm like, it ended. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
Like, why didn't they release it? Like, did
Jeff
they
was
edit out
10
They must
times
have.
more
But
drunk in that GTA Let's Play that just came out like a couple weeks ago. Gavin was
Oh.
sloshed in that full play.
Sloshed.
I didn't understand the whole,
It's
like,
I would guess that whatever it was that was so terrible, they edited it out. But in which case, why
Yeah.
did they put that thing at the front going, this was so awful, we didn't want to release it? They should just say, hey, we found this recording from 3 years ago and we put it out.
This is like a good thing to bring into. New Let's Build
Excuse
with Matt and Jeremy and Caden and Lindsay, surprisingly good.
Yes,
Like,
I have to say,
no problems.
really like them.
when they first announced it, because I didn't know I knew who Matt and Jeremy were beforehand. Like, I knew that they were the people who made, like, the maps and everything in the community stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I held them with such trepidation that I was like, I don't know how they're going to fit in with these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say that they're quickly... I love them. Like,
I really like
I
them.
really like them.
They're okay. I probably don't
Yeah,
like them that
they're
much
pretty
in the
good.
sense that I find them to be slightly interchangeable. Like, if you were to put Matt or Jeremy in a video, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But I
See,
still like
I'm
them.
at this point that I don't know
They're
which
good
one's
guys.
which yet.
Yeah.
I
But
think because they're so new, it's going to take some time before they get distinguished and we kind of learn their personalities and know, like, oh, he does this and he does that. And you will learn the difference eventually. But I mean,
I
in
think...
the Let's Build, they've been really great. And when they were in the UFC Let's Play, they were hilarious.
And I
So
really
I
like
have
them
not
in the
watched that all
whole,
the way through yet. I've only watched
The
about 10
UFC
minutes
one's
of
really
it.
good. Also, I don't know if you've watched it yet, the new, whatever...
How to?
How To with Joel
How
and
to
Ackerman.
Murder. I'm halfway through
Yeah.
that just before we started this podcast,
That
and
was
that was
so
really
good.
Yeah,
funny, actually. Yeah.
I
That's a
really
game
like
I
Matt
wanna
and
play.
Jeremy in them. I think it's
So,
like
I mean,
the same thing with the whole Ryan Jack dynamic when Ryan first came around, where everybody was like, no idea if it's Ryan or Jack speaking, and
Oh,
I have
that's
no
a
idea if
good
it's
point,
this or that.
actually, Danny. Yeah, that's true.
But now you know Ryan's personality, you know how Ryan does things, you know
Yeah.
Ryan does this, and I feel like that's how these guys are gonna get. Because like I
Yeah.
said it yesterday in the Kick Chat where I was like, I really like them, just have no idea which one's talking right now. Like no idea which one's which. I just know that I like them. I think the more videos they get involved in and the more things that they do is when we're gonna start actually noticing their personalities and their character traits
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
how they
That's
play games and what they do. So I mean,
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm just kind of sick of reading YouTube comments and like, who the fuck are these guys? Oh my god.
this is what I don't get. Did you guys see yesterday what Michael posted on Twitter at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
I
it.
did,
Actually,
yes.
it got to the top of the RoosterTeeth subreddit. So, yeah, it was on Reddit.
I completely like. I like knowing that like he's like YouTube comments are literally 1% of the people who actually watch your videos, and I'm glad
Damn
that they
right.
realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because YouTube commenters are such dicks. Like they are
They're-
horrible.
Poison.
I'm so sick
Awful
of the
people.
unnecessary hate. Like if you don't like something, fine. Like that's good. You're entitled to your own opinion, but like just stop. Like I don't
Who are these
understand
people
it.
that take the time out of their day just to write hate on every YouTube video ever? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See,
Like,
you guys are talking
the
about
fuck
it
do you
from
like?
purely a recreational point of view. It's literally my job to run a YouTube channel. That's what I get paid for, and there are people out there that will just rip you to shreds for no fucking reason.
It's just
And
it's
it's horrible.
ridiculous.
There's an anonymity to it that makes them feel that they can say whatever the fuck they like, and they can. To be fair, it's what the internet was built for, and you know you take the negative with the positive, but it's still there's constructive criticism, and then there's going, you're an absolute cunt, hate you. Basically, is what a lot of people
Yeah.
are saying a lot of the time. You know, who the fuck are Matt and Jeremy? Well, you know, they are guys that have spent years building community videos and building community maps, and they
Yeah.
finally got noticed.
It's
And fucking fair play to them, because you look back at their back catalogue, there's a lot of shit there,
Give
man.
them a chance. Like, just put aside whatever fucking jealousy or feelings of hate you have and just give them a fucking chance. Like,
They're not going away. They've been hired. They're there now.
Everybody did the same thing when Ryan came along. They were like, who the fuck is this? Oh my god,
Yeah.
you better not be in Let's Play. Everybody loves Ryan now.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance.
Definitely.
I completely agree. Like,
It's like
it bothers me
when-
so much. Like,
the one I think who gets the worst kind of hate is Lindsay, and I feel so sorry for her.
The Lindsay stuff is enough to make me feel quite ill, actually. Like, the amount of
Like, despicable.
horrible abuse
Like,
she
not even
gets
in,
just
like,
because she's
YouTube
a woman.
comments.
Oh, she only there because she's married to Michael. Lindsay was at RoosterTeeth.
they
before
do the
Michael.
same exact thing with
She
Meg and
has done
Ashley.
A lot
Yeah.
of work on tons of different stuff.
She used to
It's
fucking
like
edit the
she's
podcast
only
that everybody
person
listens
who's
to. She
worked
used to.
I have so much respect for Lindsay.
It's the same thing in regards to Meg and Ashley. Like, I don't understand the Meg Ashley hate, mainly because I'm sick of hearing that people slept with people to get jobs. Like, they don't understand that Ashley was, like, a renowned gamer. Like, she
Yeah.
did so
She
much
Yeah.
stuff
cracked all.
before
She
Rooster Teeth.
worked for IGN and like
Meg-
she was, like, I think she was with Ubisoft for a while. She's done a lot of shit.
Meg
Like-
worked in, like, what, Nerdist and all of that. Like, that was her job. She's doing the same thing over at Rooster Teeth that she did in her previous job. And, like, she met Gavin because of Rooster Teeth. She didn't meet Gavin and then got
Yeah.
introduced to Rooster Teeth. Which, like, I feel like the thing that sucks with this fandom is all of the little girls that are in it. Because, like, do you, like, even, like, I don't know if you guys seen, like, on Tumblr and stuff, like, all the fan fiction that gets written.
No, but I can
Don't go
imagine,
anywhere near
it's-
Tumblr. Why would you go on
No,
Tumblr?
but-
Don't,
Oh, I'm
don't go near
using
Tumblr.
it as an example. Like, if you look
They-
on
they
Tumblr
have
and you
nice
look at the
gifs on
fan
Tumblr.
fiction, like, they literally kill off Lindsay. Like, in almost every single one of them.
Jesus.
So Michael can be with Gavin, or they can
Really?
do, like, a reader insert, like, fic, where it's like, hey, I'm going to be with that person. Yeah, and
that
they
is, like-
will kill off these people.
That's
like,
kill
kill
funny
them.
to me, because that's just
Wow.
so ridiculous.
Yeah. Like,
I have to say, full disclosure for all the
It's not
listeners,
just
I've said about it in the
awful.
kick before. I don't like Meg's voice. It annoys the. I don't have
Yeah,
a problem with
I'm
Meg's
kind of-
personality,
I'm kind of at that stage as well.
but her voice
I'm kind of at that.
kind of sounds like the noise the baby T-Rex makes in the Lost World when it's being separated from its mother.
It's kind of nasal, and I'm just
It's
like,
not kind of nasal.
I'm cooking
All Americans are
strawberries.
kind of nasal. She's like just a nose.
so she fits in with Gavin then, right?
So
Hello.
I'm not a huge fan of her, but again, the hate to her is just like again.
I think the
she's
hate to
she's a
anybody's
qualified journalist. She was
ridiculous.
saying on the patch this week. I was listening to it on the way home. She's a journalist. She has a journalism degree. She is a qualified somebody to talk to and about current affairs. Like, she knows what the fuck is going on, and the guys at Rooster Teeth don't. They've aptly said, like, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That's why we don't review things. We just
Like-
we give our opinions. That's it. You know, the no
I'm
wouldn't
the
exist
first
without
person-
Ashley and Meg.
No, like, I'm the first person to admit that I don't like Jack for some of the stuff that he does. But that doesn't mean that I don't like him. Like, I hate the guy. Like, I don't like it's stupid. Like, I don't like him because I feel like he tries too hard in like the Let's Plays and stuff, and I feel like his dynamic isn't the same as the group. But I will never sit there and actually go, Jack doesn't deserve to have a job. Jack shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Jack should not be alive. Jack should die. I hate Jack. Like, I couldn't do that to somebody. Like, it's just
Well, no, you just
ridiculous.
don't like him, don't you? I mean,
No,
it's not
like,
like
exactly. Like,
you know,
I don't-
that's okay for you to not like somebody, but then to go on YouTube and say, like, I wish this person was dead, like, I
Yeah.
hope horrible things happen to you. It's just a weird,
Which
odd,
is-
and you can't imagine anybody over the age of 14 doing it. I would assume. Either that or they're very twisted individuals that are out there and doing kind of shit. But it's okay not to like something, but just be constructive about it.
But yeah, I mean, I do find it hard to see some of the stuff that gets said about the women who work at Rooster Teeth. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, it kind of scares me.
I would say I have a I use Chrome for my web browsing, and I have an extension called herpderp, and it changes every YouTube comment to the words herp or derp. So when I look at a YouTube video, all it says underneath it goes herp derp 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 derp, and then the reply is herp derp 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 derp. I recommend it because it makes YouTube viewing a lot easier to watch.
I have a thing which changes all my text to I am Groot.
Yeah, we got that. We shared that around the office. That was really great.
But yeah. Where do we go from there?
There's
Where do we
our
go from here?
tirade.
What else is on the
Where do we go now?
What else is on the list, Danny?
I've got nothing.
You got nothing. Okay, fair enough.
If we want to talk about something, I'm getting a new cat soon.
You're gonna get.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us about the size, breed, and sex of your cat, Bex?
He is very little at the moment. He's coming up on 2 months old. He is a dark tabby. He's like a dark grey kind of colour. And he's going to be called Theodore. And my mum's going to call him Theo. I'm going to call him Teddy because it's adorable. And I think we're going to get him next week or the week after. And we're not too sure about the breed because his mum looks like a mixture of stuff. So we're not quite sure. But yeah, he's adorable. And when I get him, I'm going to make like a ton of vines with him because he's going to be the cutest little fucker ever.
Kitty.
Kitty. Cat. I'm a kitty cat.
And I dance, and I dance.
But yeah, I'm gonna be so in love because like anybody who knows me knows how much I love my cat that I have just now, Poppy. Like it's just gonna be like that doubled because there's gonna be another cat.
Kitty.
I love my cats.
Kitty.
But yeah. Anybody else do anything good recently or just me?
No, I live a pretty boring life.
No, I got nothing.
I helped make a short film.
Oh yeah.
You did.
I did. I helped do that. That was pretty cool. We're going to the crew screening on Sunday, and then it's going to be public sometime in October. But I built a prop,
Nice.
and then I edited it. So that was interesting.
What kind of film was
It is right.
Porno.
The competition that we entered is to raise awareness for human trafficking and slavery in the UK and Ireland, which is obviously, a really fun topic. We made a musical based on that, which unfortunately was my suggestion. I was sent the first draft of the script, and I was like, well, you keep talking about how she wants to be in a musical, why don't you make a musical? So then we made a musical, which was long, tiring, hard, and arduous, and the process just never seems to end. But we have been submitted for 2 subcategories, so that took up a lot of my time in the past couple of months, to be fair, being a set designer and a editor in a 10-minute musical called Vicky, which was pretty cool. So maybe we'll win, fingers crossed. Whoa! But if not, we still got shortlisted, so that's really cool. And
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
it's another
Really
string
cool.
to my bow as an editor, so I'm very pleased.
very cool?
And I moved house.
I have blue hair now.
What?
I have blue hair. That's the thing.
What?
I have blue hair.
You have blue hair?
What?
You do have blue hair.
I have blue hair. That's like a thing.
How's that going?
It's fun. It's great when after I diet and then sometimes I don't get all the diet, so I'll be like scratching my head and my hands will be blue. I'm just gonna wipe my hands and make sure I don't touch any customers' clothing at work. But yeah, I love having blue hair.
Speaking of work,
Go on.
I left Kohl's.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't you? Well played.
I was so happy for you the day you told me that.
And where'd you work now, Dani?
What?
Where'd you work now?
I work in a little tiny clothing store in an outlet center, like about 20 minutes from my house.
And you're
And
enjoying
it is amazing.
Yes.
I am one of the managers there, and it's perfect. Like, it's not perfect. My store manager's a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
But,
Well, let's hope she doesn't listen to the
And if
podcast.
you're listening to this,
I've
then
seen this store and it is tiny.
it's very tiny.
Also, we did drive past Kohl's and I flipped it off just because.
The way that I left, I think, is my favorite thing in the entire world, is that I had a breakdown, which was fun. Like, literally, like, cried one day. Like, couldn't do it. I told them I was sick. I went home.
Ugh.
Called out for the next 3 days. Went on an interview for this new job. Got the job. Walked in the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning when I had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Told them, hey, yeah, I'm not even giving you my 2 weeks. I'm also not showing up for my 8 o'clock in the morning shift today. Bye. Walked out with my middle fingers in the air behind me and left. And it was the greatest thing in the world. And then I didn't get paid for a month and I fell behind a lot of my bills. But, YOLO.
Well, these things happen. It's all good.
Because, immediately after that is when Becca came. I think I had, 2 days off, and then Becca was here. So it's like, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be broke, and it's going to be great.
So, that's us three. What about you? You're the last one left, you on?
Yeah, I've got
Major life-changing things there?
just for work.
Possibly. Anything.
He met us.
He did meet us. I think that's the most important thing in his life.
Yeah.
I think people seeing Danielle and I be friends in real life was an experience for everyone.
They just, you think that we're bad here.
Jeez,
You don't even know.
You spent 4 days with each other and then wanted to kill each other.
No.
No,
We wanted
yes,
to kill each
that's
other
exactly what
drunk.
happened. Yeah.
Drunk.
That was one night.
One night,
2
drunk.
weeks.
See,
Danielle
the thing
and I
with
were together for 2 weeks.
The thing with Becca and I is that we are so similar in personalities that when I get mad, she gets mad. When she gets mad, I get mad. And then we get mad at each other. And that lasts for all about maybe a half hour to an hour. And then we're good.
Like, I'm so sorry.
they're like, please don't be mad at me. I love you. I'm so sorry.
It's kind of scary how similar we are.
But
yeah,
literally,
we are an experience.
There were points that I could just
We
look
are
at Becca and she would look at me, and we would just know. We would know what the other was saying, what we were talking about. We didn't have to speak.
We didn't need words.
We really, honestly didn't. I still think.
Oh my gosh!
What?
I just remembered something.
Oh my
Do you remember when we were playing Cards Against Humanity and I just kind of made a face and you were the only person?
I was the only person who saw it. I could sense that you were making this face, and I looked up.
Did you guys
You
play?
were the only person, and then we just both died.
Do you guys play cards in real life?
Yeah,
we played
How
it
much
at
more
RTX.
fun is that
Yeah, we did,
than the virtual? Because
It
we
was
played the virtual version a few
so
times,
the
haven't
most
we?
fun I've had.
It was so fun.
I played that for the first time in real life a couple of weeks ago. No, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
We played it 2 nights in a row. It's amazing. It's
What
absolutely
was the
amazing.
perfect card combination? Do I have the
it's on Twitter. We can find the pictures.
You have it on
somewhere.
the
I have it
site,
on the
I think.
site.
Were you guys playing the American version?
There was.
We played Jason,
No,
so we have
Jason's
all.
is-
Jason has all of the expansion packs ever, including the Canadian one.
Okay.
So the Canadian one was fun because nobody had any idea what the hell it
Kyle was
meant.
getting frustrated because he kept getting Canadian cards.
See, and we were, me, Kyle, and Tristan were all sitting next to each other, and every time we got because, see, Becca and I are Becca and I are so similar things, but my dirty personality is the same as Kyle and Tristan's.
Yeah.
So, I can make the crudest jokes in the world with those two, and it was perfect. So every time we got a really disgusting or horrible Cards Against Humanity card, we showed it to each other. We didn't even care. You need to look at this, right now. I can't even.
See, we had the first night that we played all together. The winning card, but there was a tiebreaker essentially, and the question card was something plus something equals something, and Bex is going to be the only one that gets this, but it was humanity. No, it was necrophilia plus Jimmy Savile equals humanity, or something like that. Jimmy Savile, for those of our foreign friends, is a TV celebrity who died a couple of years ago, who was basically the person that would look after all the children on all the children's TV shows. And he
TV kids shows and
he used to help out all the kids
stuff
on his
with
TV shows,
childhood tales.
and he recently got found out for being a terrible, horrible paedophile for basically his entire career. For a whole 50 years, he was just shagging small children.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in hospitals when they were in their hospital beds, and he would just abuse them, and it's just terrible.
It's awful. But what's amazing about Cards Against Humanity is there is a card with his name on the English version, so you can do awful things with it, as we did both nights when we played Cards Against Humanity.
That is what Cards is for.
There were
But,
3 key moments in Cards Against Humanity that I will never forget. The first one was the Jafar card.
oh my god. That was hilarious.
Jafar, man, come closer. The second one is the time where Jason thought that he had won the hand with bigger, blacker dick, and I came out with the card biggest, blackest dick, and I won the entire thing, and it was amazing.
They were read right after each other. It was perfect.
And the third one was the one that I have on the internet, which was our story. Charades was ruined for me forever when my mom had to act out, whipping it out, masturbation, the primal ball slapping sex your parents are having right now, the immaculate conception, child abuse, and then deregulating the mortgage market.
That last one was chaos.
We literally told the story from the point where your dick came out, you masturbated, you had the sex, you conceived the kid, you beat the kid.
It was actually perfect. Everybody just kind of took a step back and were like, this is fucking amazing. And just FYI, Kyle and I drew that match. We both had the most cards, so we were perfect.
Prince Ali, fabulous.
That's my favorite card ever. If you play that in the game where I'm judging, you will win.
Or how we just played every time we got a Canadian card and it was Jason's turn, we just played the Canadian card.
I'm trying to remember what the other cards that were making us laugh was. Was it like flapping birds or something?
The birds! Flightless birds!
Flightless birds, that was it.
For some reason, that one just killed us. That and my hot cousin. That was a good one.
We had
there was just so many.
We had like blank good to the last drop, and I was the one that had to read them out, and I had a posh wank good to the last drop.
Yeah, that was the one that we had that I played my hot cousin for, and I broke Tristan.
Did you played my hot cousin good to the last drop?
Yeah, it was Blink, good to the last drop, and I put my hot cousin good to the last drop.
And you broke Tristan.
Tristan broke so easily in that game.
He's great.
I miss Tristan, and I've never even met him, but I do miss him. Just in my life, I'm just not happy that he's not here.
He's like the kind of person who's like, I just want to be friends with you forever.
Forever and ever and ever.
Right, folks, according to my calculations and the number on my screen, we're running at about an hour and a half. So do you want to move towards wrapping this up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything else anybody wants to say that has any importance whatsoever? We're going to try and do a game night, I suppose. We've done a podcast, so we'll try and do it.
Ideally, what we want to do is run the podcast in a game night every other week, sort of.
Yeah.
This podcast is kind of on a fluke day where we just all... Like, we've been trying to record this thing for probably about a month and a half at this point. And this was, like, the one random day where we all had time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to sit down and come up with some kind of a schedule. Ideally...
No, go on.
Go on, Becca.
Somebody say something.
Sorry, I was just gonna say the way that we're thinking about doing it is like a 2-week cycle where whichever day we decide to do stuff, maybe like Friday or Saturday, it's gonna be 1 week there's gonna be a podcast out, and then the next week there's gonna be a game night.
Yep.
Or a movie night or whatever the hell we decide to do. But we will try and do something. Like, we're not gonna say it's like for definite, but that's what the initial plan is.
Yeah.
I think the main point of what we're doing right now is just trying to get back into the community because, granted, I mean, I've been super busy since RTX with the new job and working like crazy. Becca's been working like crazy. Ash has been working like crazy. Like, we've all just been... Like, we've all just been...
That's just to say Juan hasn't been working like crazy.
Yeah,
Juan has not been working like crazy.
Step it up, son. Maybe it's about time you started working like crazy. Maybe talk during the podcast as well. Wow, and the silence after that really says a lot, doesn't it? He's obviously not at his microphone. He's fucked up.
When he comes out with something, it is absolutely golden. Like, he'll say something...
Juan is like silent but deadly.
He's fucked up.
Like...
he's not... We're all talking about him. He's not responding. Hey, Juan.
No, he can't hear
Hello.
us. He
Okay.
can't.
Oh, there he is.
There we
Hello.
go.
That is one thing we discovered at RTX.
That's amazing.
Juan is silently hilarious.
Silently hilarious. Okay.
Like, he doesn't
Yeah,
speak
he's
often,
quiet for a while,
but when he does,
but when he does,
it's perfect.
golden.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's good.
Um,
Naturally, he's on the podcast.
but yeah, so we want to get more involved in the community again, and we want to do things. And
I can't even focus on anything. apart
it's
from
over.
Ash's
Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Welcome back, us.
You killed it.
I lo-
You killed it, man.
I love the idea that like you would listen to and you get to the end of the podcast and you go, there was a fourth guy.
Are we done?
Like, RTX was the two girls, and then they talked about movies, that dude and the chick, and then there was stuff over again, and there was another guy there somewhere. Sorry, Juan. You were everything you said was golden. You just you didn't say much. That's all it was.
Well,
How do we end from that? I don't know.
go suck a dick.
We're gonna try harder,
suck a
basically.
motherfucking
Suck a motherfucking dick.
Suck a dick,
Suck
suck
a
a
huge
huge small dick.
That's how
Bye.
you end it.
Bye.
See ya.